Horse Guy Mike here. We're here to talk about the undercard races for the Kentucky Derby on Saturday at Churchill. We're looking at race 9, the American Turf Stakes. This is the grade 2 for 3-year-olds on the turf going a mile and a 16th. So interesting thing about this race, a lot of these horses were Triple Crown nominated, might have tried dirt or the Triple Crown Trail first. Going back to turf to see if maybe they're a better fit here. Not a lot to love in this race. This is a race where I'd love to spread on your multis, wagers, take some shots with some boxes in your exotics, but there's no clear favorite here. You got 14 horses, kind of wide open. None of these horses have really proven themselves to be huge winners. So we're going to look at a few that I think you could take some shots with. The first one being the number 2 horse, Win From Within. This Todd Pletcher trained Luis Saez. Out of all the horses, this one's coming off of back-to-back wins. One at Gulfstream, one at Tampa. Won its maiden down at Gulfstream. Came back at Tampa, won a $75,000 stakes race. Impressively, 4 lengths. It's going to be a horse that's going to be on the lead. It ran a 96 Brisnet speed figure last out. So definitely a horse that we could keep in here. It was a $100,000 purchase in the Keelan September sale. Into Mischief, who knows a great sire. So definitely one to look out for there. Next up, we want to look at Annex. That's the number 4 horse. It's the Wilmot-trained Irad Ortiz on board, undefeated. So coming off of 3 straight wins at Gulfstream Park, the last one being the Cutler Bay on the Florida Derby undercard. Horse won by a neck, kind of came from deep closing into a fast pace there. Pace wasn't that fast, but he was still able to close into it, which is pretty impressive. Horse is doing well. Performing well. It's just hasn't raced in a graded stakes yet. This is going to be the best company that it's had, and its style might not fit well with the race we're having today. But I think Annex is going to be one of the main contenders here. It is a Constitution colt. Constitution typically does well on the dirt, but we'll see how he plays out there. Next one we want to look at is Royal Prince, the number 6 horse, trained by Brad Cox, ridden by Javier Castellano. Coming off a win in the Bayou City at Houston, Sam Houston Downs. Didn't do too poorly before that. Won a block type stakes at Fairgrounds. Okay speed figures, beat some of the other horses that are in this race. Not going to be too impressed by this horse. Just looking at it, moving up big in class, but Brad Cox and Castellano, it's a good combination, and they're doing well this meet. Next up, we're going to look at Scarlet Sky. It's the number 13 horse. Won its last out with Joel Rosario in the Transylvania at Keeneland. So definitely the most impressive win by any of the horses in this race. The only one with a graded stakes win. So this should be one of the favorites, I'd say. Trained by Claude McGahee. Like I said, Joel Rosario. We'll see how it does. Posted a 91 speed figure 2 back in the Palm Beach at Gulfstream. It lost to Annex in that race, but when it came back to Keeneland and won the Transylvania, beat Palazzi, beat Fire at Will, 2 okay horses. Palazzi's in this race as well, so has a good resume. Kind of struggles with speed figures. Should factor to be middle of the pack. I don't think there's going to be a lot of pace in this race. Seems like a lot of horses are going to kind of sit in that easy pace, middle style. So we'll see. Hopefully he'll be more forwardly placed so he can kind of close into the softer pace instead of having to come from way behind. The last one, Palazzi, we already mentioned, lost to Scarlet Sky last out in the Transylvania. Chris Landeros rode him last time. Tyler Gaffleone's riding him this time. Gaffleone rides a bunch of good turf horses. Who knows, maybe if Gaff was riding him that day, he would have won. So you never know. Can't discount Gaff on the turf, especially in Kentucky. So Palazzi's one to definitely look out for. I'm going to go for Annex on top with Scarlet Sky and who else? Win From Within. Those are going to be my top picks here. This is a race that will probably go deep in. Excellent timing is probably factored in to be the main pace presence. The only one who really is a true need the lead. Coming off of 2 straight wins at Aqueduct. So that could be a good price that you'll get on that horse. Could wire the field if no one's really pressuring him. Other than that, pick some random horses you like. Royal Prince, Dynamite, Barrister Tom. You can't really go right in this race. No one has the good resume, but I'm going to go on top. Annex, Scarlet Sky, and then Excellent Timing and Win From Within. Those are going to be my top 4 choices for this race. In your multi-legs, go deep here. Don't try to single in your exotics. Get fancy with your boxes. Take some shots, because honestly, I can see anyone winning this race. No one really stands out from this field. And even the top 4 I picked could be in for huge upsets. All right, thanks again. This is Horse Guy Mike. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at Horse Guy Mike. I'll be live tweeting all day long on Friday and Saturday for the Oaks and the Derby Undercard. All right, have a wonderful day.